So, um, I'm glad that I was able to make videos, and I'm gonna make this one quick one. When you're a target individual, they manipulate everything, and it just get worse and worse and worse, and things that they change are changing even worse and worse, and turning into foul things, even more foul than initially. And the reason why I also make videos is because I can go back. It's like the first time they did that, this side looked like this, and I go back to the things they do. And so when I have a longer in the future, I can go back and it's like, this is how it all started with these manipulations. I've talked about these moments that they've tried to create as arousing and create vivid imaginations of it. I remember talking as last week or early this week. I started talking about this moment where the girlfriend somebody I used to be with, maybe not a girlfriend, uh, had this whole thing in the shower and came back to the room and is like, oh, I caught my sister doing this again and that and that. And they've been making me imagine that moment of what her sister told me about, right? And make me imagine them in very vivid. That started like that, just extremely vivid imagination of that, and then try to make me imagine, oh, you just like one day just thought about it or something like that, right? Things like that. And then it started. They started adding like sexual arousals, start giving me stimulations about this moment. So not only I was I was thinking in these vivid ways about it, but I was getting stimulated by it. And now what they try to do, they are trying to incorporate with something I watched on an adult porn website, right? And I'm sorry to be, and then try to make me imagine the same way they forced me to create this vivid imagination, to blend these things together. These people play with your mind in such a disturbing ways to create a reality that falsifies. It's like they can take start with like a little like paper, and that paper turn into like a freaking house, creating things completely different. And the reason why I'm making these videos is because I can do nothing about it, right? As a target individual, your brain is there to manipulate. You can do nothing to block it out. It's funny, they like to say you're so pitiful, because I'm a civilian who's a human subject in this human testing, weaponry testing, or not even testing because they're already developing, right? I can do nothing about it. These people, the only reason why they feel empowered is because they work for these entities that empower them to do these things to people. So as a civilian, there's nothing I can do. I can just deal with it and understand it's not me. But to see this trash, weak as they get, weak as they are, listen, they come in all shape and form, right? They'll tell me there's a billionaire talking to you right now. I was like, if there's a next door neighbor who can do that, no, we don't allow billionaires. It's like, okay. But it's not the billionaires that are talking to me. Like, it's just the stupidity of things. It's like, of course I know. If this next door neighbor who's like whatever age can do this thing to me, who cannot? But they are trying to degrade me while doing these disgusting things. And it's funny, they'll talk about like, oh, the porn content is adult porn content. I don't want to go into specifics. And it's like adult people, right? And they try to say, oh, but you see the type of that's kind of, And I'm like, I was watching this documentary and something, and they're like, majority of people who watch that are actually women. I was like, oh, and then the program who actually do what they do to women is unbelievable. They're zapping them in the genitals, they're torturing them, zapping them in the rectum, zapping them in the rectum, doing things like that. And they just try to make me imagine something. It's comical. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. It's just so comical. They just try to make me imagine something. It's just a joke. But these people torture this woman and zap them and do horrible things to them and torment them and torture them. And they try to make me feel guilty for something I'm watching that is adult. This is not me torturing them. It's not me doing these things to them. is me watching something that a lot of women are actually watching. But they're in a program that is actually torturing and doing this terrible type of torture, which include rapes. And like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you put this. Like, you trash. For all the women you guys out here frying, killing, and torturing, and pushing to suicide. Delusional people. So all my target videos, stay strong. Because these people are going to try to dumb yourself down. Like, can you imagine, like, even electrify the genital, and they try to make me think of some, like, you can only imagine. They have no shame. But that's their job. As a target individual, they're going to try to dehumanize me. I can feel the bone here, my cartilage here is bone is destroyed. And soon I will have problem breathing. I understand all of that. That's why I make videos now. I speak now because soon I won't be able to. So when I fade away, like they said, or as I'm dying away, I can say I left what I need to say. I said everything. Let me die in whatever sufferance I'm going to die, but this is an honorable death. To all my target individuals, stay strong, because you know justice will be done for the nasty things they do to people. I'm talking to some of the weakest and the losers and the bottom feeders of the world. And some of them can be even, from the wealthiest, these people have sold their soul to entities that are so foul. But the worst part is, at least stop trying to play this psyop. That's the most disgusting. When they try to play like, oh, we do this for a woman, it's like, oh my gosh, that makes me want to lose my mind. For our kids, it's even worse. For their babies, oh my gosh. And they're like, oh, they're going to rape you. I'd rather get raped. You are in a program that tortures children like this. And first of all, you force people to think in these nasty ways. They torture babies. So when I hear them, they force men and women to be stimulated toward kids. You see the thought they try to make me imagine. And then torture even children. Death comes to all of us. I already died this way.